A tariff is a tax on a foreign country. That's the way it is, whether you like it or not. A lot of people like to say, oh, it's a tax on us. No, no, no. It's a tax on a foreign country.
So my boss pulled me aside today. He just let me know that we will not be receiving our Christmas bonuses this year.
Since Trump was elected into office, you won't be receiving your Christmas bonuses because we are now having to import all of the goods before the tariffs actually hit.
Hey, shout out to all the people that voted for Trump that are going to miss out on their Q4 bonuses for Christmas because their businesses have to buy extra product to last them for a year.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. So imagine working all year hard, expecting that well-deserved bonus, only to find out that it's gone. All because of one thing: tariffs. As 2025 approaches, Americans are starting to feel the effects of the new economy policies introduced by Donald Trump's administration. But what does this mean for your wallets and the businesses that keep your economy going? In today's episode, I'll be looking into some of the few workers that might be saying goodbye to their end of the year bonuses and what these new introduced tariffs mean for your future paycheck. I've gathered a few videos for you guys that people have been complaining, and some people saying of the discussion or the talks they had with their bosses on not getting their year-end bonuses because of the new tariffs. I want us to watch these videos together. Kindly consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't. Give this video a like and let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section. And if you're watching these and maybe you're experiencing the same as these people that are experiencing this at their workplace and their companies, maybe let us know on the comment section. And how do you feel about this? Let's dive right ahead to the videos and we'll come back to it.
A tariff is a tax on a foreign country. That's the way it is, whether you like it or not. A lot of people like to say, oh, it's a tax on us. No, no, no. It's a tax on a foreign country. It's a tax on a country that's ripping us off and stealing our jobs. And it's a tax that doesn't affect our country. And you can see hundreds of billions of dollars of tariffs on other countries also.
So my boss pulled me aside today. He just let me know that we will not be receiving our Christmas bonuses this year. And as a welder that already lives paycheck to paycheck, this is devastating. All because Trump is saying that he is going to enable tariffs when he is in office. Because even though we buy locally and we support small businesses local to us, those small businesses purchase materials that are from overseas, so they would have to pay that tax, meaning they have to increase their products. So when us as a company are purchasing products from them, we're going to be spending more, and therefore that is digging into our bonus money. However, he did say that we would be receiving a big raise next year, that because other businesses are going to be increasing their prices, we are going to have to increase our prices, so we will be making more money. However, that won't fucking matter because everything is going to go up in price, so that raise will literally mean nothing. And I have to sit here and just remember that this is not my lesson to learn. And for everyone else that is going to be experiencing this, who did not vote for Trump, keep that in mind. It is not our lesson to learn. However, we will just be suffering with everyone else.
So a company in Pennsylvania today, all the people were brought in, all the employees, and the boss had to explain to them that they were not going to be getting their Christmas bonuses this year because of Trump's tariffs. They are now having to buy a year's worth of products ahead of time in order to stave off those tariffs. Of course, all the employees were disappointed because they thought that the other country paid the tariffs, which is misinformation that the Republicans put out there to try to fool people. The leopard's gonna eat your face. We're gonna hear more and more stories about this over and over and over again. People are going to regret their decision and realize that they have been conned.
Hey, shout out to all the people that voted for Trump that are going to miss out on their Q4 bonuses for Christmas because their businesses have to buy extra product to last them for a year to offset the future tariffs that they're going to have to pay when Trump goes into office. Trump 2024.
These people are arguing with their bosses over what a tariff means. Their bosses are coming in there going, you're not getting a Christmas bonus because we have to buy things in advance because of these upcoming tariffs. And the employees are going, that's not true. The people who are about to find out that the employers can change the definition of overtime, working them for up to 40 hours more per month over the 40 hours a week. And it's not called overtime. They're just getting more work for free out of the labor force, and listening to those employees go, that's not true. They know more than the people signing the paychecks, you guys. That's not true. That's not what Dumpty said. That's not what they heard in the pulpit this past weekend. By the red liquid of Jeebus, they rebuke that. Darling, that's what you were so proud to vote for. You told us to shut up and we don't know what we're talking about and we're low IQ and uneducated and we don't know when we need to do our research. Why don't you just tell your boss that? Why don't you give him the same argument you told? Is it not working? Is the same argument not working? All those folks who are about to find out that the no tax on tips is something that is meant for CEOs and massive bonuses, not that $5 that was left on the table for you. That is absolutely still being taxed at a higher rate because your taxes are going up. No one under, what is it, 300 or 360? I think it's 360K a year is getting a tax cut. That's what happens when you listen to people who tell you not to read. I was told not to research anything and to just stay steadfast in my faith and beliefs and to just do what I was told. How was I supposed to know that I should actually Google and read a little bit? And that is why they love low education and steeple people. Can you imagine calling your supplier, your vendor as a contractor, and they're like, hey, prices are going up, and you're like, no, they're not. That's not what I was told. Maybe believe whatever you want, but you better buy up now because the prices are going to quintuple in just a couple of months. Good luck building anything. Ooh, and solar is going to get hit so hard. It's already been bursting, but holy shit. That's not what we were told by the people who are known to cheat, steal, and lie to get their way. Of course I believed the known liar and cheat to tell me the truth. Of course I believed him. Why wouldn't I? Do you know what? I just feel like they weren't lying to me. I just wanted to feel like that, and I just believed that they knew what they were doing and what was going to be best. So, I mean, you can't really blame me. And, you know, we're all in this together, okay? It doesn't matter who I voted for. It doesn't matter who voted for what. Okay, guys, we're all in this together. So, who's got sugar? Can I borrow sugar? Anybody? Does anyone want to help?
Are you thinking about stocking up before Trump's tariffs drive up the price? Here are some everyday items that might be in danger of higher prices. So if you've noticed the price of things going up lately, you might want to brace yourself for even higher costs. President-elect Donald Trump has proposed a new set of tariffs that could affect everything from electronics to food. But what exactly are tariffs and how will they impact your wallet? Let's break it down. Simply put, a tariff is a tax on imported goods. When goods come into the United States from another country, the government charges a tariff to make them more expensive. This is meant to encourage people to buy goods made in the United States instead, which does help local businesses but can make imported items cost more for consumers. Trump has proposed a broad tariff plan that includes a 10 to 20% tariff on all imported goods from other countries, a 60% to 100% tariff on goods imported from China. These tariffs are part of his strategy to reduce the U.S. trade deficit and encourage companies to bring more production back to the United States. The tariffs would impact a wide variety of products, including many everyday items that you might use. Here's a breakdown by category to help you better understand. Electronics, such as gaming laptops, prices could increase by up to 45%. If you're thinking of buying one soon, it could go from $1,000 to $1,450. Gaming consoles, expect a 40% price increase as many of the consoles are made in China. Monitors, prices could rise by about 31%. Clothing and textiles are included too. Clothes and shoes. Many clothes clothing brands import from overseas, and these tariffs could cause prices to go up by 10% to 25%. Jeans, t-shirts, and sneakers, popular items, and everyday clothing could get more expensive. Household goods like furniture that is imported could see a price hike of up to 20%. Appliances, so items like refrigerators, washing machines, and microwaves may also rise in price due to higher tariffs on metals and electronic components. Food and beverages imported. If you're a fan of exotic fruits or snacks from abroad, be prepared for price increases due to tariffs on imports, especially if the goods are coming from China. So canned foods and beverages are included as well. Imported beverages and canned food might also cost more. Depending on the item, consumers can see prices increase anywhere from 10% to 45%. For electronics like gaming laptops and consoles, this means a jump in price by hundreds of dollars. For everyday goods like clothing and household items, expect a smaller increase, but still noticeable. At first glance, tariffs may seem like a way to bring more money into the United States, but they also have a downside. With higher tariffs, consumers will face higher prices on many products. For the average family, this could mean paying more for things that they need and want, whether it's a new laptop, some fresh fruit, or even a new pair of shoes. The extra cost could add up quickly, making it harder for working class families to budget and save. And here's where the irony comes in, right? Many people voted for President-elect Trump in the hopes of lowering prices on everyday items. But with these proposed tariffs, those same voters might soon find themselves paying way more for the very products that they rely on. The promise of lower costs might seem to be backfiring, as the tariffs could have the opposite effect and leave many consumers with higher bills. So, now that you know what could go up in price.
Oh, I found a quiet place to be. Well, I had just got off a meeting with my partners for my business, and basically we've decided to go ahead on and try to buy up at least 6 months supply. We already have 6 months supply because of the proposed tariffs, and we're going to actually forego salaries to make sure we have what we need, because the proposed tariffs. And see, a lot of people think the foreign companies pay tariffs. And no, the American companies pay tariffs, and then the prices go up, and then the part of those tariff taxes are passed on to the American consumer. I am a black-owned business. I have a fragrance brand called AZ Apothecary, and I'm kind of glad that we still have some stock. Most of my stuff is American made, but a lot of my containers, jars are coming in from China. And also there's a lot of companies that are gearing up to mass stock up on supplies and forego people's bonuses because of the simple fact that those 50% tariffs that they're going to be imposed. So what a tariff is paid by the American people, American companies, not the foreign companies. So when those things are imported in and those taxes are charged, it's going on, the Americans are paying that. So basically, ultimately, it is going to affect you, not the foreign country. Again, those who voted against the interests of Americans, you made a very big mistake, and now everybody's going to pretty much pay for it. And so we are preparing right now. Like I said, I'm okay. I'm always going to be okay because I understand how government works. I'm actually going to be finishing out a certification in local government, and but a lot of people are going to be going without bonuses this year. They're going to expect, no, you're not going to get a bonus. They're already starting. People are already losing their bonuses because the company has to make executive decisions to stock up on supplies so they won't have to purchase after January the 21st. And you know what? It is unfortunate, very unfortunate. So I'm like, good luck with that.
Listen, don't you like it when Karma spins the block real fast and, kind of shows herself early on? I do too. Because here's the thing. There was a company that made a post today basically saying how they had to explain to their employees that they will not be doing Christmas bonuses this year because ahead of the tariffs that will more than likely be coming after the inauguration, they're going to go ahead and buy supplies and materials so that they can kind of gauge and see how this is all going to work. But they don't want to be caught with with their pants down. So they're definitely going to go ahead and get these materials now. So the people are just like, no, like, we're supposed to get our Christmas bonuses. He said that, the cost, like, we're not going to pay that. And like I said, it is very sad that we have to tell grown-ass people who should have learned this shit in the 5th grade, probably got a refresher course around high school, and maybe, if you got some college in there. But here's the thing. The fact that they are trying to take history out of, school, this is why we're about to be doomed to repeat it, because many of you did not know we paid the tariffs. You're not going to get another country to pay the tariffs. And we have to stop thinking that, the U.S. is the only developed country around here. Because, if you've ever traveled to these other countries, you'll see they have all the things and more than what we have. So stop thinking that, the U.S. is going to bully people into paying shit for us to have stuff at a lower cost. It's not going to happen. I don't care who's in office. And it damn sure ain't going to happen with them because they know how easily he's manipulated by just giving him a couple of compliments. But here, I'm going to tell you a little historical context so that, maybe you can put this into perspective. So around 1929, the Great Depression era, some of us will remember that. Many of us won't. But a lot of you should have remembered that when you read it in your history books. Now, you'll know anything about the Smoot-Hawley Act of 1930. Those were two representatives that basically were just like, hey, we're going to try to stimulate the economy. So we're going to come up with this act or whatever by increasing tariffs about 20%. Is that sounding familiar? Yeah, because they tried to increase the tariffs by 20% on foreign imports. Now, this was going to protect the farmers. Sounding real interesting, isn't it? Because the farmers are having a little bit of problems right now too, right? Yeah, so this was supposed to, insulate their issues. But now other industries were like, hey, well, what about us? What are we, chopped liver? Like, we want in on this. Okay, so now everybody's trying to lobby and do all the things. Global trade plummeted within that 4-year span. It got so bad that 25 countries retaliated and put tariffs on their own shit. And was just like, yeah, we're not doing this. What do y'all think is going to happen? Yes, there are going to be a lot of other companies that are going to be like, yeah, I know, we're kind of like Trump people, but we also know how this shit actually works because we're a real business and we know real business practices. So ahead of all this, yeah, a lot of y'all might not get Christmas bonuses. Or end of year bonuses. Because, for some of
I saw on social media was that there is a company in Pennsylvania that the owner of the company had a conversation with them yesterday saying like, hey, since Trump was elected into office, you won't be receiving your Christmas bonuses because we are now having to import all of the goods before the tariffs actually hit. Oh my So goodness. A lot of people are now starting to see like we, the consumers, will be the one responsible for the tariffs. And so a lot of the employees of that factory are pretty upset.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Willie.
Well, I'll say that.
He's not even yet in office, but his administration is already working as it seems. So when I listen to most Republicans as to why they were voting for him, is because he was not gonna tax overtime. That is one of the reasons people voted for him, and because people were worried about the economy. But the question that I have about Republicans, was it economy anxiety, or was it because they never wanted to be led by another person of color in this country? Because I don't understand as to why you guys, you never listen. Like these people, they never listened. They never got to research of things. And as you've seen on the first clips, when he says and explains to them about tariffs, there's no one thought to their mind like, let me go and research, let me go and get to understand some of these policies that he's coming out with, And some people actually were very happy on the last video I did about him doing away with Obamacare, because they didn't know that Obamacare was the same as the Affordable Care Act. And it's quite sad, because I don't understand at this day and era, especially coming from this country, how you're gonna not go through the policies that any politician is bringing to you, just because you like that specific person, just because you would rather not vote for a person of color, but rather end up with you know, whatever your choice is, or just because you just want to hurt the other side. So some of these companies, and one of them is in Pennsylvania, some of them will not be receiving their Christmas bonus, especially after working so hard for this year. Like, I know we always have plans, like I'm sure you all had plans for this Christmas or the end year plan. So some of these people are expecting that this is actually the money that I'm gonna spend doing something or investing somewhere, or you know, use it for Christmas to have a good time with my family and friends. But it's quite sad that they will not be getting this now. And actually saw another woman who actually was commenting and saying that she's German, her husband works in German for an American company, but they're also not getting the end of year bonus. So it's not only like in the country, but also in people who are working for American countries, but they are living abroad or somewhere else in different countries. I don't know what you guys think about this, because when I saw people complaining about this, and you know, the sad part about this is that even people who didn't vote red, they are gonna feel this, they're gonna face this. So it's not only gonna happen to people that voted red, but it's happening in the whole country. As long as you're a US citizen and you'll be buying imported goods, you'd have to pay that tax, you'd have to face that. And I've seen, like, now in my country, Kenya, there was a bill that was brought by our president, but the Gen Zs, we had to go out there and fight against this bill, like, because everything was gonna be very hard, the economy was gonna be very hard on us. We had to be out there and demonstrate. So I don't know why people, like, especially in America, when you have access to internet and all, you can Google everything and get to learn about things, and just decided to sit there and ignore all the policies that these politicians come out with, just because you like a specific politician that don't even know you personally. You're just gonna go vote for them because you just don't like the other person, even if the other person have better policies for you, even if the other person have better plans for your economy and better plans for your country. You're still not gonna vote for them because you don't love them personally. This is where we all go wrong, and it's not only happened in the United States of America. I've seen it in so many other countries, even in the continent of Africa. I've seen it in Asia, in different parts of the world. People just vote for people because I don't like this specific person and I'm not gonna vote for them. So this is what happened. I know even if she didn't win, at least some of these policies, especially the tariffs, she was already warning you guys about, but people didn't listen. The sad part is that you've put it in your mind that she's always telling lies, and that's why even some people didn't even bother to go and understand some of these policies. That's why you see them in this field where they were, that specific place they were, clapping, and they're happy when he's explaining about the tariffs, but no one even bothered to go and check that out and know what it means for them. So I don't know, maybe it's only this year that people will not get bonuses, or it's gonna be like this for the next 4 years until maybe they have a new president in office. I don't know what you guys think, but I feel so sorry for them, especially for these people that will not be receiving bonuses. I don't know how many other companies that have come up with these policies just because they want to buy more before the tariffs are introduced in 2025. And actually, what happens when you buy more as a company? So there is increase in demand, which also will incur increase in cost. So the price also go high because there is higher demand. So I don't know how they're thinking. I don't know how they want to go about these. But if the price goes up, there because of the high demand, and also now come 25 because of the tariffs. Now I don't know how much goods will be costing in the country. It's crazy just thinking about it, and the fact that even some of these people that live in the United States of America, some of the food that they consume, for you to be able to eat like organic products, for you to be able to have fresh goods, like groceries and some of the things, not only the imported but the ones that they have in their country, it's not easy, it's quite expensive. And that's actually the difference between now being in Africa and being in the United States of America, because in Africa, like, the organic is actually the ones that are quite affordable. And when you're eating organic here, actually, some people in some parts of of Africa, they'll think you're doing that because you're poor, because you cannot afford to buy the canned and all the food in the stores with the GMOs. But if they only could understand how beneficial it is to their health, then that would be good. Let me know what you guys think about this. I just feel so sorry for Americans, and I just hope maybe some of these policies will be cut out of this administration. I hope some of the things they'll keep as it has been going, and save the Americans' economy. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching up to this part, and until the next episode, bye.